Hey guys, and welcome in today's episode where, well, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents about, well, this guy right here. This is the Zephyrus G16, a 2024 model laptop, which is very fast, it's very performant. Of course it is, so if you're looking on YouTube for all of those YouTubers who are actually, high praising this laptop, well, they're not wrong. But there is a major letdown that you must know. And that is, of course, QA or quality assurance. And I'm really pissed off at Asus, and mostly I'm pissed off at myself as well for choosing to go with this product. But I think I fell into the trap where I saw something and I really wanted to be good, and well, I considered it at the price point of $2,000, it can't really be a letdown. But on the QA front, this has been nothing but a major letdown and a pain in the butt. So I'm gonna tell you the honest truth about this guy right here. I'm not gonna go into performance with this because you have a bunch of YouTube videos out there just showing you all the stats that you might want to. But if you are anything like me and you are looking for a machine that you can just buy and maybe upgrade the SSD at least on it, because otherwise I wouldn't went with a Mac. But yeah, Macs don't really offer SSD upgrades anymore since the past 10 years or so. But regardless, that was one of the key selling points for me, was that basically at the price point of a Mac or thereabouts anyway, I could just upgrade the SSD in there and be on my way, which was definitely a plus. I already did that. I already upgraded the SSD on this machine and it works out tremendously well for me. The performance is definitely not a letdown, and how could it be? But this has nothing to do with Asus, because the components are not being made by Asus, they're just being implemented into their chassis. So of course the Ryzen AI 9 HX370 CPU paired with the GPU from NVIDIA, the RTX 4060, and very fast 32 gigs of, well, very tremendously fast 7500 megahertz RAM make this a powerhouse. The only, of course, problem, as I've mentioned before, is the chassis and the overall quality, which is lacking so much on Asus that I can't really believe that this is a $2,000 machine whenever I pick it up. I just did a review about an Acer Nitro 5, that's a $750 machine, which is all made out of plastic. Yes, it is not as thin and it is not as light, probably that's around 6 pounds or so, well this is around 3.4, 3.5 pounds. But come on, this is made out of milled aluminum, and they went 99% of the way towards excellence without taking that extra step, and that's really frustrating as hell to me as an end consumer, because I paid so much for this machine, more than $2,000, which just gets frustration to a whole new level for me. While the Zephyrus G16, the 2024 model, excels in performance, it is severely let down by a variety of quality assurance issues. These flaws collectively undermine the premium feel and reliability of this expected laptop in this price range. So let's have a detailed breakdown. Misaligned lid and chassis. From the moment I unboxed the laptop, I noticed that the lid doesn't sit flush with the chassis when closed. This misalignment not only detracts from the aesthetic appeal, but also raises questions about the precision and care put into the manufacturing process, I would say. For a device marketed as a high-end, well, such imperfections can actually be inexcusable. Also, I found some loose screws inside the chassis, so early on I encountered a persistent rattling noise when moving the laptop about. Upon opening it up, I discovered a loose screw inside the chassis that I had to manually fix. This type of oversight is not only frustrating but also indicates a concern or a lack of proper assembly and maybe quality control before the product leaves the factory for me. I do have a video about how to fix a rattling noise inside this machine if you want to check that out. The link is going to be somewhere up here. Also, there's a creaking hinge now on this laptop because, well, the hinge emits now a noticeable creaking sound during every open and close operation, which is both irritating and concerning to me. This issue is compounded by Asus' questionable design choice of gluing the back panel to the chassis. Well, this cost-cutting manufacturing approach may save a few cents per the unit. Asus is going to be really happy about that. It definitely severely compromises long-term durability and makes any hinge-related repair significantly harder. For a premium product, this is a, well, for me, baffling and ill-advised decision that feels cheap and very short-sighted from Asus. Loud mid fan at light usage. Yes, this is another issue that I have with this machine. Another frustrating issue is this behavior of the mid fan, because it really operates loudly even during light tasks like web browsing or editing documents. Now I know that this mid fan can totally be avoided if you buy this machine with a 4070 in there, because the cooling system has an overhaul where they actually removed that mid fan, and they actually have a vapor chamber now inside the cooling pipes. So yeah, you can definitely avoid this issue if you're going for a 4070 and up, but it really sucks if you have a 4060 like me and you have to deal with that mid fan that can be, you know, highly and controversially affecting your day-to-day usage, because it's really annoying to hear that very tiny fan going really fast and making a lot of noise just for watching YouTube videos. The fan seems to work over time for no clear reason, disrupting of course the user experience with unnecessary noise, as I said. It's particularly disappointing considering Asus markets this laptop with the advanced cooling solution, which clearly doesn't seem to function as intended in some of the units. Also, another problem I had was and is actually with the rapid battery health degradation. The battery health has been another disappointment for me. Shockingly, this battery was already at 97% health straight out the box, which indicates some level of pre-existing degradation before it even reached my hands. Over just 2 months of ownership, despite careful practices like limiting the charge to 80%, the health had still dropped further to 95% now. At this rate, the battery is losing approximately 1% of its capacity per month, even with diligent care to minimize the wear. This rapid decline is unacceptable for a new laptop and severely impacts its long-term portability and usability, of course. I'm not actually using Armory Crate for, you know, managing this laptop right here. I'm actually using G-Helper. I think it's a much faster approach, a third-party approach, which uses a lot less resources, and it's much snappier and on the fly than Armory Crate. My thoughts on this QA issues with the Zephyrus G16, well, it definitely suffers from a wide range of QA issues that mar its otherwise excellent performance and design. From assembly flaws like the poorly misaligned parts and loose screws to the poorly thought out manufacturing shortcuts like the glue hinge design, it's clearly that quality control was not a priority for Asus, unfortunately. You can combine this with the rapidly degrading battery health and the laptop feels like a rushed product rather than a polished premium device that, well, for the price point it surely indicates to be. These problems overshadow, of course, what could have been an exceptional laptop and reflect poorly on Asus' commitment to delivering high-quality products. I know it's been maybe a ranty video. I really apologize for that, but yeah, this is my best way of presenting the situation for you. Don't forget, you can always reach me down in the comment section down below. And if you want to reach me faster, then I have a Patreon where you can join me for, you know, hit me up with any questions that you have. And maybe we can strike up a conversation in there as well. Thank you guys for being so awesome, and see you guys in the next one. And you know what? I just reached 3,000 subscribers. That's absolutely amazing for my channel. I am trying to run this as efficiently as I can, and for this coming year, 2025, my promise to you is that I will do at least one weekly episode, if not two, because I really want to work on this channel and make it my primary source of income, as it definitely isn't right now, and it's a long ways from that point. But yeah, you've been absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you to all of you guys who actually subscribed and took your time to watch my videos. You are amazing. Stay awesome, and see you guys in the next one. Oh, and my promise moving forward is that definitely I will do all the time honest reviews about all the products that I have here featured on this channel, because you know what? I pay for these with my money, so it is my opinion in the game, and it is not some bought out opinion like a lot of people nowadays, unfortunately.